With 10.1 of WoW Dragonflight being announced, also known as Season 2, under the name of Embers of Neltharion, we have some additional information from Blizzard that we are going to break down. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let's get right into it. I want to talk about the raid a little bit. So they announced a new raid coming. They expanded upon this information in an interview that they had with Dratnos, and the two developers, Steve Denuser and Morgan Day, they spoke about this. When you go into Embers, you will see a lot of the elements that created some of the classical raids that we have already been through. Raids like Onyxia, raids like Neltharion. Because these were inspired by things that Neltharion created back on the Dragon Isles. So this is like the zone before those zones got created. One thing that I did catch my eye on, and I believe this is quite crucial information. The fact that they're condensing it, even for Season 2, even after so much feedback from Liquid, from Echo, from Method, from all of these guys. I mean, Max has been very, very vocal about this, saying, guys, we really need to split it up. We really need a heroic week that is going to give us Mythic Week after. This takes a huge toll on us, on our body, on the psychology of our players. The fact that we have to prepare so many characters, we don't know what's going to be good, we don't know what our mains are. Obviously, it's very stressful at the start of the expansion because you don't know what's good and you have to prepare everything. But it's also pretty stressful for the new seasons. So the fact that they're sticking to their guns, so to speak, Blizzard is sticking to their guns, to their decision of launching Heroic and Mythic at the same week. I don't know how I feel about that. I want to say they know what they're doing, but at the same time, I'm looking at these guys. I'm in conversations with these guys. I'm getting active feedback from them, and I know how tough it is for them and their team. And quite honestly, I will say, this is the reason why you see so many people drop out of the race to World First. Yeah, it's great to do. It's very fun to do, but let's be honest. Let's look at this new raid. So this new raid, apparently, is going to be part of the new zone. It's going to, as they say here, contain some additional information about the old gods, how Neltharion got corrupted. This is something that players are going to face. There's going to be 9 new raid bosses. And of course, it's going to be around this guy. This is the guy. This is the guy that I was talking about. So let me highlight him once again. So this Scale Commander Sarkareth. Now, none of us are really familiar with this name, but this guy is the one that basically broke off from the Drakthir and sort of created his own dragon faction. He's sort of like the evil guy, so he's probably going to go inside the raid, do a bunch of dumb things, and we're going to have to just, go clear it out. What the raid's going to look like. Let's see here. This is a room probably leading to one of the boss rooms. What else do we have here? This is probably one of the bosses. It's like a 3-headed dragon, molten hydra type of thing. I don't know what to call it. And we also have a pretty interesting dragon with a lot of armor on it. I hope this is something that it drops. Maybe you can collect and you can use. So this new zone called Zeralet Cavern, and it says that it is deep beneath the Obsidian Citadel, from which Neltharion once defended the Dragon Isles. So I think basically we need to go back to the Obsidian Citadel, and we're going to expand on the questline over there, as we were doing with Rathion and the other guy. And we're going to get some additional factions, some additional reputation. We're going to have to go through the Niffin or something new, the Drogbar or something that we met in Legion. I think this is also one of the reasons why they chose Neltharion's Lair dungeon, because it's all about the Drogbar, and we already helped them back in Legion, so we're pretty good friends with them from there. They said it's going to be a smooth transition. There's going to be no loading screen, no portals, nothing like that. You just go from your regular zones into this zone, and you're going to very smoothly transition between the whole map, which is great. That's great news. They've also released some additional information and pictures about the new tier set. We have Hunter on the left, Monk middle left, Demon Hunter That's the Demon Hunter set, man. Wow. Middle right, and then on the right is the Evoker. Druid, Warrior, and Shaman. And these are the heroic versions, or at least the Warrior is the heroic version. This is Druid on the left. Bro, that looks cool. Minus the whole, I don't know why they always need to sort of show the belly button on Druids and stuff like that. Maybe it's because Night Elves are Druids and most of the people play Night Elves and they just have a fetish. I don't know. The armor overall looks pretty cool. Now I'll say Warrior. Dude, look at these colors. They just look good. They look good. And the last one is, this is the Shaman. Very cool Shaman players. I'm sure they will enjoy their gear and how it looks like. Me personally, I don't really play a Shaman, so I'm not going to be worried about that. But it's definitely going to be cool rolling with them. I hope they're good in Season 2. Mage on the left. Rogue in the middle. The mythic version of the Rogue. Man, look at that Rogue. Look at that Rogue. And the Warlock. And the Warlock is the elite PvP version. That looks cool. That looks badass. Mage, pretty much the typical mage thematic. And I actually like the fact they didn't give them robes. The Rogue looks pretty sick. It's also the colors. It's just the theme. It kind of looks like, it's like a combination of Raiden with maybe Sub-Zero and Scorpion, all 3 in 1 from Mortal Kombat. I don't know. It just really looks cool. And then the Warlock. I mean, let's face it. Every single Warlock tier looks great. I don't know who they have on the Warlock team, but they're just doing a great job. Death Knight on the left, Priest in the middle, and Paladin. Is this the correct order? Wait a second. This definitely looks like a Death Knight. I don't know about the helmet. Kind of looks good, but I think Season 1 beats this one. Now, I'm not sure about these two. This should be Priest in the middle, and on the right, this should be Paladin. Aren't they reversed? Isn't this Paladin and this Priest? I'm a little bit confused. This kind of looks like Paladin to me. This looks more priesty to me. I could be wrong. I really like the Warlock. I really like the Rogue. Really like the Rogue. Mage, it's good. It's not too bad. It's not great. Shaman, definitely. Really, really good. Warrior, decent. I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10. But I would give Shaman like a solid 9, maybe even a 9.5. Druid is more like a 9. And these are like, I don't know, man. They're like a universe of their own. They're like a different metric system. Probably like, okay, I'll give them like a 0.5 out of 10. I'll give them like a collectively. They said that they're going to add more dragon riding. So there's more dragon models that they're going to add to the game. There's one. I believe this is what it looks to me, at least. They basically look the same. So they actually officially announced they're going to open cross-faction guilds in 10.1. So if you really want to completely maximize, here's why this is good. For years, people wanted to min-max their raid progression. However, sometimes as a tank, you might want to be a dwarf because the racial is, let's face it, it's broken. Sometimes you might want to be a night elf, especially as a druid, and get a free re-stealth during combat. So you know, and maybe you want to do the same thing for rogue. But if your guild is horde, you don't have access to those two classes. But what if you're playing alliance and you want more cooldowns? You want more haste, like the berserker from Troll. It's going to allow people to min-max outside of just Mythic Plus. They can basically now do it in raid. And I think that's a very good change. It means that they're forward thinking and they're actually taking steps into the right direction. I will link to the article in the description of this video. And if you want to take a look at it for yourself, I would highly encourage you to do so. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, check out some of the other videos, and I will see you guys in the next video.